What's going on, maniacs? Welcome to the MangaMadHouse, the channel where I, Darian, take you through my manga collection journey. We talk everything manga related here, so if that interests you, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And if you cannot tell by the thumbnail title of this video, in today's video I got another book haul for you. This one relatively small. I think these are all either volume 2s or manga that I already have works of, so nothing crazy here, but I did just want to show you something quick that I got off Amazon, really because I want to talk about one main series, but then there's some other stuff in here that's cool as well. It's not even 10 books, but hey, it is okay. We talk about all manga here. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. This is your other reminder to join the Discord. Now, at this point, I have no idea when my videos will be coming out. I have no idea. I record them, but at some point, I hope they come out soon, but I just cannot guarantee it. As of right now, the Discord does not have 100 people in it. So if you want to go ahead and check it out, it is free for the first 100 people. So please make sure you go ahead and join. The link for that will be down in the description below. We have so much fun in there. And I am doing some type of giveaway in the Discord for the first 100 people. Just because those were the people, to me, that's how I feel about it. Those are the people who supported me, you know, outside of the YouTube platform. And I just really appreciate that. So that's going to be something I'm doing for y'all in there. But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the more important stuff in this quick manga haul. The first thing I got for you is colorist. It's not colorist, colorless, because I say colorist. But anyway, it is by Kent. This is volume 6. I still have not been able to read the first volume, but the art in here is really good. Like, it's one of those manga where it sits on my shelf and I go back. I literally get up and sometimes will just look at my shelf and I look at the art in here because it is intense. There's always a lot going on in there and a lot of the panels, and the art is just really good. Can't wait to get into the story. And then also I like that it's like a smaller, it's not your typical and I mean, I guess I'm giving away what the next manga is, but it's not your typical like sized manga. It's a little bit smaller than like your typical Shonen Jump, and it just feels a little different. The pages are a little different. I just kind of like how they package this together. So shout out to Kent and 7 Seas for providing colorists. It's something I actually really want to read. Next, something I have read a lot of is Mashle, Magic and Muscles. This is a great series. I mean, it's your typical almost like beat 'em up, but it's just really good in how they do it. The art in here is fantastic. To me, the jokes, because after reading Mob Psycho, I felt as though, and I feel like I crap on Mob Psycho a lot, and I actually like a lot of the things they do in Mob Psycho. Something about Mob Psycho just does not click for me, and it kind of almost makes me want to check out One Punch Man to see if maybe it's just Mob Psycho, or maybe I like One Punch Man and I can go back to Mob Psycho. I don't know, but anyway, and it's not even the art. I know some people say the art bothered them. I literally have no problem with the art. It's sometimes what's contained, like the humor in it, and that's kind of what I'm getting to. With Mashle, the humor is just so subtle that it's funny, and it's made to be funny. It's not as though, I'm not saying that they're not trying to make a joke, and then I'm not saying Hajime Komodo is not trying to make jokes. There's some points in here where he's obviously trying to make a joke, but it's just so subtle and not so goofy almost that it works for me. And everybody's sense of humor is different. I feel like I have a vast sense of humor. I've always felt that way, but I just cannot connect with some of the humor in Mob Psycho the way I am to Mashle. But that's not even, like I said, that's not even the main thing about this series. There's so many other great things about this series. I'm not up to volume 15. I think I'm like at volume 7 now or 6, something like that. But really good series. I enjoy it. I think this is wrapping up pretty soon here. And it's funny that, because I know people say that he reminds them of Mob. But anyway, I didn't make that comparison because they look alike. Made that comparison because I just feel as though, you know, humor-wise, it's just not the same. Now, another manga we don't talk about too much about is 20th Century Boys. As you all know, I am not actively reading this. This is one that I will fully admit that I am getting just because when I see them available, because usually they're not available, at least for me when I check. Maybe it's the timing, maybe it's a bunch of other stuff. But usually when I check, 20th Century Boy volumes are not available. At least usually it's the one like I'm looking for, so maybe everybody's looking for it. So I just try to go ahead and get them as I can. And then I feel this is going to be a series that similar to Vagabond, which I actually might start reading. did not wait for me to collect them all because I cannot find volume 4 for the life of me. But this is something that once I get them all, because it's not as hard as Vagabond to complete, once I get all of them, I will probably start reading it because everybody talks so highly of it, and I just want to go ahead and read it. But I don't want to kind of read it and then kind of be stuck on trying to find the next volume. Next, we have something I really enjoy the art in here. I mean, to me, it's just fantastic. I don't really know how many volumes there's going to be of this manga, but we have Dracula Midnight Children. It's just a manga adaptation of Dracula. I believe it's made by the same manga who made Innocent, which is the story of Innocent is about a story about like executioner in France during that kind of time period. And these period pieces, I know it's based off Dracula, but these little period pieces, I think Shinichi Sakamoto, if I'm saying their name correctly, their art fits the time period to me. What I've seen in Innocent, I hope I'm getting that right because I believe it's the same person. What I see in Innocent, what I see in here, it fits. Not only is it good, it just fits. It really fits the story. And I don't know if they kind of adjust their art to tell the story. I don't know if that's just always their art, but from everything I've seen, it just looks so good. So shout outs to them for just providing great art. Next, we have, I'm probably going to pronounce the name wrong, but I got this because I knew in the Discord we were going to do a buddy read, and I knew it was going to be Juji Ito because we talked about it. I just didn't know which one, so I went ahead and got it, even though it ended up not winning the vote. But Tomi by Juji Ito. This is kind of like his I wouldn't say necessarily his collection, but this is very similar to like the way it's presented. This is very similar to Uzumaki Gaio, I believe is pronounced. But Tomi is about like a succubus that could tell people what she wants them to do, and they're trying to figure out how to stop her. I mean, that really is what it comes down to, and it's very Juji Ito fashion. Thick book. At some point, we will be reading this because right now, Uzumaki won the buddy read for the Discord. So if you're not in the Discord and you have Uzumaki and want to join a buddy read, make sure you go ahead and do that. But yeah, I look forward to reading that because I think Uzumaki, I've heard from people, from someone I really like respect their manga opinion, they said it wasn't good. So we're going to see. But I've heard other people just say they love it. But unfortunately, I've learned that Juji Ito falls into, now I like Juji Ito. I've only read Black Paradox. I will admit, I read Black Paradox, and I've just kind of seen just a lot of the other stuff he's done. I like him personally from what I've experienced, but I feel like he falls into that category where people just like him to say they like him. I don't think some people actually understand a lot of the things he's trying to do. But that's a topic for another day. Not saying that he's not good. Like I said, I'm a fan of his work. I'm a fan of his art. I'm a fan of his storytelling from what I've seen and experienced. But I do feel like there are people out there who say they like him, but it's because they want to say it's the cool thing to like him. I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts on that in the comment section below. The final volume we got, volume of manga we got from Amazon, which that's kind of, this volume of manga is kind of the reason I really want to make this video. One, because I said I'm not going to be able to I don't want to rely on one big manga haul because I don't know, I got to take the small time frames I can record. But what I like ordering from Amazon, one, it seems as though they just always have stuff in stock. I know sometimes that other places will just have random pieces of random manga just out of stock for whatever reason. Amazon, I feel like, usually has a good I wouldn't say collection, but a good inventory of manga. And another thing I like about it is just the whole process. I feel like it's just a lot easier to return if something's wrong. I feel like it's just a lot easier to navigate. The prices are fairly cheaper in some instances. You won't really see it in like Mashal. Like, for example, this says, it doesn't say how much it costs on the back. Oh, it does. It says $11.99 on the back. I don't know if you can see that. And maybe you can get on Amazon for $9.99. So those, when you order, in bulk, it adds up. And you can do that without, obviously going to Crunchyroll and getting a membership, or going to Barnes & Noble and getting a membership where it's cheaper. I feel like Amazon just already provides you the thing. Now, I have Amazon Prime, so I do not know if necessarily that applies as a discount. I don't think so. I think it's just usually on a discount. But where it really pays off is for things like this, because we're still talking about this manga here, and that is Blade of the Immortal Deluxe Edition Volume 3. This is, as you know, I like samurai stuff. The only reason I have not started to read this is because I really wanted to read Vagabond first. I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen because I don't want to read Vagabond online for obvious reasons, and I'm just a more physical reader. And with Blade of the Immortal, I just really like it. I've heard so many good things about it. I read like the first couple of chapters and really liked what I read. I can't wait to read more. But yeah, with this, ordering this kind of manga, and it applies to Berserk, I don't know if it applies to Hellsing. I haven't looked Hellsing on Amazon, but I know it applies to Berserk, and I know it applies to Blade of the Immortal. These are normally, I'm looking, $50, 50 US dollars, and sometimes you'll find them for 35. I know for maybe multiple volumes of Berserk that I got, it's $50 on Amazon, but it was only what, like $25. I want to say it's either the second or first volume. It's $50, you know, regular price, but it was like $25 on Amazon. So just be sure to look at Amazon. I feel like Amazon's one of the things that's like in plain sight. You miss it because it's Amazon. It's everywhere. You're maybe even tired of it, but they really have some good deals on manga, and I really haven't had any issues with any manga that I got from Amazon. If I ever do, I will be sure to let you know, as I'm sure by the time this video comes out, my video about me ordering from Crunchyroll and having that bad experiences out, it wasn't Crunchyroll's fault. It was just the U.S. Postal Service fault, and Crunchyroll actually fixed the issue. That it's been resolved, and I'll be getting that manga shortly, and I'll be doing my review on that when I get it, and I'll go into more detail about that, because even though they fixed it and they handled it professionally and it was pretty easy, it still had a little bumps in the road, but what I'll talk about in that video. But yeah, just don't disregard Amazon and Blade of the Immortal. Excellent series, samurai series. You're going to get your lessons of typical samurai stories. You're going to get your action of typical samurai stories. You're going to get good artwork. What more could you want from a series like this? But anyway, that does it for this Amazon haul. Thank you so much for watching. This is probably the smallest manga haul I've ever done, but like I said, I've been breaking it up with the baby here. I just don't want to rely on, oh, I'll be able to record April, so I'll be able to record late April, and then I can do one big manga haul that's an hour. It's like taking it to set up and take notes, and it's just too much. It's a lot easier to kind of do some pre-production as far as taking notes and all that stuff, and then just break it down into these smaller manga hauls, because I can record these real quick, get up, go do what I gotta do, take care of my child, come back, whatever the case may be, because there's been lots of crying going on, me and the baby. So yeah, it's just easier for me to do that as of right now. So I'm not disappointed in the manga haul. I mean, it's good. I enjoy it, but hopefully it's good content. That's what matters to me. But once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.